That's, yeah. So good evening, everyone. Um, a very warm welcome to the start of our graphic design journey. I am absolutely thrilled to see us ready to dive into the world of visual communication. Okay, once more, I am Akifese Yoluwaseyi. You can call me Sheyi. So I'm going to be your tutor for the training. Um, please feel free to message me when you have any sort of questions. Okay, so please make sure you've downloaded the document sent on Telegram, which serves like a sort of guideline for the week. If you've not downloaded it, please make sure you do right now. Where we have introduction to graphic design and branding. Okay, I'm so sorry, asking a okay. Please, I will ask for questions later on in the class. You can just like hold on. And I can see some hands is being raised up. Can someone respond to me whether or not they've downloaded the document I'm referring to? The one titled Introduction to Graphic Design and Branding. So I will know that okay, everybody's on the same page with me.
Yes, I have.
Yes, we downloaded it.
All right, all right, all right. Thank you. Okay, so for many of us, this might be the beginning of a brand new adventure, like a chance to unleash our creativity and turn ideas into visuals. And for others, like our onboarding session, some of us already have the experience of designing, and probably this training we are offering might be a stepping stone to refining the existing skills that you already have or possess. So regardless of where you are coming from, we are all here because we have passion for design, and that is deeply of value. So before we um, head to the technical like aspects, I want us to um, emphasize the importance of creativity, like thinking outside the box, because design is not just about following rules; it's about breaking them creatively. It's about seeing the world or seeing a design from a different perspective. That's what makes you um a different. Okay, for example, now we hear that okay, graphic design is a skill that everybody possesses, but most times the people who are actually, when I say making it in this world of designing, is people who are creative with their design. Um, Because we sometimes you see some design made by a graphic designer and we question where did this person learn this skill from because his designs are so basic. So what distinguishes us from a regular or a normal graphic design is how we could break down a design creativity. So, so imagine a young entrepreneur who starts a probably a lemonade business and she have simply put a plain sign and sold her lemonade. But instead, she thought outside of the box, probably using for her design, she used vibrant colors, probably illustrations, and created a very eye-catching sign, you know, with probably a playful font. So it's a lemonade stand will not just be a place to drink, but it becomes an experience for people to stop, probably take pictures and share them on social media. Using a unique design um, of designing probably a lemonade stand can show even a simple design that is probably thought out to can make a huge impact. Now, through design, brilliance comes from looking beyond the obvious and finding creative solutions that resonate with people. It's about understanding the message you want to convey and finding innovative ways to deliver it. I, I hope you guys are still here and following me. I need the response.
Yes, yes,
Yes, we
sir.
are.
Okay, thank you. So in this class, I will encourage us to challenge the conventions. As a designer, you're supposed to experiment with different styles, develop your own unique voice, and obviously you're going to make mistakes, but you shouldn't be afraid of making mistakes because that's where we have the opportunity to learn. To embrace the process and be curious because the journey of graphic design, even I having 5 years experience, sometimes I still feel like I'm still a novice in the whole world itself because probably you go to Pinterest, you go to social media, and you see persons who are in this graphic design business and how mind blowing their designs are. So, going in course of our guideline, so in defining graphic design is the art and science of visual communication and problem solving through the use of typography, photography, illustration, and other visual elements. Imagine you are trying to tell a story or sell a product. You could just talk about it, but adding visual make it more engaging and memorable. Now that's the call of graphic design. Yes, graphic design is the art and science of visual communication and problem solving. It's also about creating visually appealing um solutions to convey messages to a specific audience. It's not just about making things look pretty. It's about also being strategic, using visuals to communicate effectively and achieve probably the goals of the client or the goals you want to achieve in probably if it's your brand. So going to the key characteristics of graphic design. Now, number one is your design should have a purpose. Like every element in a design should have a reason for being there. Sometimes I think when I was starting off, sometimes I try to go overboard. Like, okay, why is this element in this is going astray of the whole concept? So the designer don't just add colors or an element because you like it, but you have to choose it because it evokes a specific emotion or it aligns with the brand you're working with. For example, a sale banner uses bright, bold colors to grab attention and convey urgency. So if you're designing for probably a spa, yes, you should use probably a soft, calm colors to create a sense of relaxation. And secondly, your design should be audience focused. Like understanding who you are designing for is essential. Um, a design that probably resonates with one audience might completely miss the mark. For example, because I run a law magazine publication, and for that, there's some certain things um, we're not supposed to do, like probably our design element, because it is a professional setting. So you should know the audience your design is looking at. Like, will it be appropriate in this line of business? For example, a children's book will use playful fonts and vibrant color. You cannot use a very I don't know if you are familiar with fonts. Some certain fonts that look so formal. Now, when you use it probably for a child's playbook, it does not grab the attention of a child. So I'm recognizing who your audience are and making sure your design focus on those audience. The next point is communicative, yeah, meaning that the primary goal of graphic design is to communicate a message clearly without without being vague. The design should be easy to understand rather than it convincing your audience. Like, what are they trying to portray? Like, okay, what is it should be clear. No room for vagueness and all. Aesthetics, yeah. Another point, aesthetics. What drives the attention of people to a design is how it's attractive. The attention it creates. It creates a kind of a positive impression. A visually appealing design is more likely to capture the audience interest and leave let's say, a first impression or a lasting impression. For example, now a well-designed website, like the way you have this, I think it's childic, I think web page is so beautiful and is more likely to keep visitors engaged than a very cluttered and poorly designed one. A well-designed package will cause a customer to want to pick it up. Yeah, so the applications of that's for yeah, applications of graphic design. Okay, so we have branding and identities. That is logos, your brand guidelines, visual elements that define a company or organization. For example, you're starting up a company or a brand. The first thing you need is a logo that people will remember your brand for. The way you have the Apple logo, the Apple product of the iPhone, the MacBook. Now, when you see the Apple, the logo, you say, "Oh, this is an Apple product." Well, even though you might have counterfeit or not, but when you see an Apple product, you know. So most times, most brands stick to uh, a similar kind of font. They don't go contrary to the font they establish, except they want to change it. Probably a visual element that resonates with a brand. Okay, so we have marketing and advertising. That's how you have your flyers. Now you see companies, you see the Metalex where we probably have a new month, you do a new month flyer. It's a form of probably advertising and marketing your brand. That's why you have social media graphics, and you see promotion materials. Yeah, even brochures too, you know, to tell people to market, to advertise the brand. Yeah. Okay, you have the UI design. I think that Sylvester talking about that on our onboarding section. That graphic design is just not just limited to flyers or logos, and use it in um, applications, websites, and so forth. Yeah, editorial designs. Like I said, I run in magazine publications. We do newsletter. So that's another form of applying graphic design. You can design magazines, books. Yeah. Okay, so heading to um, the next. So understanding visual storytelling, painting narrative with picture or with your design. Please, are we still following?
Yes.
Yes, really.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so understanding visual storytelling, painting narrative with pictures. Now imagine you are trying to share a memory or a journey or even product benefit. Now you could write a long text, talking about the memory or the journey, or you have the option to either make it into a visual to bring your story to life. Now that is visual storytelling. Now visual storytelling is the practice of using visuals to communicate in narrative. When you leverage on images, typography, the layout, to engage an audience and create a kind of a compelling story. Now, when you're telling a story visually, it is important that you try to evoke emotions, like connect with viewers or probably the readers with some sort of emotional level, making the story more impactful. Like for example, a photograph of a child smiling can evoke the feeling of probably joy or let's say warmth. Because like a black and white image or a tone city can evoke sadness and empathy. Now, when you are telling a story, like visually telling a story, um, there's a need to simplify complex information. Probably there are data in that story. You could break down those complex concepts into a visual appealing element that can be digested, well. That's why you have charts, graphs, illustrations, so that it makes this complex data easier to understand. Now, telling your brand story visually. So when we think of a brand, we think of a brand as a person. A brand has a personality. It has values. It has story to tell. So brand messaging is how that person communicates those things to the world. Now, graphic design is the visual language they use. For example, now when you say um, the branding of probably an Apple product and all, there's a sense of luxury attached to Apple product, you know. So graphic design plays a crucial role in visual communication and brand messaging. Words alone are not enough. Visuals make the message more impactful. When you see probably the what do you say the M or the golden acts of McDonald's, you instantly think of fast food. Now that's the message that brand is selling. Most time when we see an iPhone and its packaging and all, you could tell the message iPhone is trying to convey, which is luxury. You're selling a luxury product. And in this brand messaging, it's important to keep consistent visual elements such as your logo, color palette, your typography, the imagery. It contributes to a strong brand identity and reinforce the brand's message. Like for example, now consistency builds trust and recognition. Having a sort of signature style. Sometimes you go to some people's page, you see different colors. Like, okay, what are these people doing? They're changing their branding or their brand packaging every month. There's no this feeling of trust or recognition of the brand because it lacks consistency in its design. So in essence, brand messaging is about telling a brand story, and graphic design is the language that brings that story to life and that tells the story effectively. You need to master the right tools. Like the industry standard design softwares, which um I told you guys to download. That is your Adobe Photoshop, your Adobe InDesign, Illustrator. It's not to say Canva is not. I know persons who make good designs with Canva. Most time I tend to believe that what works best for you, you could make use of it. Some person use CorelDRAW because that is the software they are more comfortable with. But I promise you, I believe Photoshop is the best because it gives you so much. There's so much you could do with Photoshop. When it comes to graphic design. So having said all this, the very major point to pick from this is what makes you stand out from every other graphics designer is the ability for you to learn because I feel Okay, most time when I see a design, I could tell what font it is, like a typography being used. Like sometimes I see a design, I'm like, how did this person pull this off? So you have to be curious enough to know how a person does a design. That's why you have to watch tutorial. This month training, yeah, okay, probably will give you a starting point. But when I started designing, I watched several hours of YouTube videos. I don't know, I didn't have the privilege to be trained by a person per se, but yeah, those videos were very valuable in my learning curve. So, in as much as you probably know the basic and all, you also have to keep learning and try not to restrict your creativity. The best form of being good, it's also, I would say, copying from others, not in the sense that you copy everything in total, but in the sense that okay, you see this and you think about it, how did this person pull it off, and try to imitate it, to see how okay if you can pull this off. How did this person cut this image? How did he blend the colors? These things are things that can be learned. And most times you have designers who are not patient. When they have a gift or a work, they just put one or two together. They don't, try to find inspiration from probably a person's work, making research, so that when your client sees the design you've made, they'll be like, oh, okay, this guy is good enough. I've seen people who design terribly and they still charge as high as, I don't even know, like a huge amount of money with your terrible design. And most time people just leave them. You know. So now it depends on what you want to use this skill for. You know, I was speaking to someone last week. Was a lawyer, and he spoke about how he's not a graphic designer, but he knows how to design certain things and how it helps in making presentations at his firm. You know, because instead of coming with words and all, you're coming with something visually appealing. So to the people or the persons you are presenting to, like it distinguishes you from the other probably presenters. Imagine putting a very plain probably chart using images. You can even go the extra mile even using videos in your presentations too. So it makes you stand out from the um, rest of the people. So this week we are going to be focusing more on, because it's important that we don't just jump into okay, open your Photoshop, because we need to know the basic. At the long run, you have your software to design on and all, but it's very important because this you knowing how to apply the principles of graphic design, how you have to arrange the kind of font to use, what a certain color means. Like for example, now when you're making a branding for, let's say, an agriculture brand, probably a brand that makes okay into rice production. Now you cannot be using probably color of purple or brown to say, okay, this is the brand identity of this business. You need to understand certain things to make your design more appealing. Yeah, you said talk about understanding visual storytelling. You know, you should always okay. I'm working with a a brand currently which she's into career optimization. You know, so in branding such a business, you know that okay, there's some image you're supposed to use. You get there's the type you cannot be using a kind of a passive kind of font to portray the career optimization brand. You know, so in as much as you want to jump into designing for someone, you have to calm down and sit down and have it thought over. You know, how will I creatively portray this brand? You know, have a research of other businesses that in line with the brand your client is wanting to work on. So yeah, identifying these basic principles and understanding graphic design, how creativity is a major factor in your graphics design journey. So I think in the next um, page of the document is utilizing industry standard design software. I don't want to talk more on this now, but I feel I have to. That's why I told every one of us to download the softwares, and I heard some people have issues, so we'll address that later in this class. So yeah, I think on Wednesdays where we are going to have another um, live action class. So I will be picking on each and every design software. That is how the interplay between the Adobe Photoshop, InDesign, and Illustrator. Because to be frank, most top-notch designers, that's how they make use of. You know, most people, okay, some people design, say, magazines or newsletter using Photoshop. But I believe when you want to do magazines or newsletter, it's preferably more better you do it in InDesign. So these differences is what we're going to be like discussing on Wednesday, you know, and I want everyone to be probably on their system so that everyone can follow along. Yeah, if you guys are still following, please give me a response.
I'm following.
We're still following.
Okay,
We're here.
all right, all right. I think Benjamin is raising his hand. Benjamin, can you speak on?
No, no, this is just to notify that we are following. Sorry.
Sorry, what did you say?
I say I was just notifying that we are following with
Okay,
what
all
you're
right,
saying.
all
Sorry
right,
about that.
all
Yeah.
right, all right. That's fine. Does anyone have a question so far? If you have, feel free to raise your hand. I think someone raised his or her hand earlier before. I just can't say the person anymore. So, does anyone have any question? Okay, Benjamin, I
Yeah,
can say your
please.
hand.
I want to say something. Sorry for being here late. It
Okay.
was of unforeseen circumstance, and where I was, the network has been down. But my question is, in the process of this class, which designer are we using actually? When I say designer, are we using Photoshop or Adobe Illustrator or InDesign? And we would like to maybe have a quick review on each of them and the work they do, if it's the same thing. Like, is it used differently or they can use them? Does it do the same work? That's the essence of the question I'm trying to answer.
Okay, so I said on Wednesday we are going to talk on the differences between these three software, but to just give a kind of a brief summary of everything. Yeah. Um. Now, Illustrator, like the word Illustrator is, you can use it to, let's say, draw an illustration. You can also draw an illustration in Photoshop, but not as good as it will come out in the Adobe Illustrator. And normally, when you're making a logo, you should use the Adobe Illustrator to make logo. Now, it gives you a very nice platform to play with shapes and all. I think when I started designing, I started using Illustrator to do flyers. It came out well and all, but later on, yeah, when I had to like really learn Photoshop, but Photoshop felt so complex to me at the time. So when I had to learn, and I knew, oh, creating flyers is not supposed to be for Illustrator, but Illustrator can do the job, but not as good as you have it in Photoshop. Now, the great thing about this software is they look alike. The way you have the tools, the hand tool, the text tool, and the pen tool in Illustrator is the same way you have it in Photoshop and InDesign. I think Wednesday I will dive into it more. Yeah, thank you. So we have Nikuruka. Okay, please you can ask your question.
Okay, good evening. Please, I was trying to download the Adobe Photoshop to I can't remember, but I only saw the Photoshop on my Microsoft Store Express. So I don't even know if that's one we're supposed to use. They have like Express and using the link on the WhatsApp channel. I was just a bit confused. It was just kind of confusing for me. I didn't see the app that I was
Sorry,
supposed
sorry,
to download.
sorry, I can't hear your question. Your voice was cracking. Probably is the network.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, I tried downloading the Adobe Photoshop, the Illustrator, and the last one. I didn't see it on Microsoft Store.
Oh no, no, there's
I
a link I provided. Are you on the Telegram or the Telegram channel or the
did
WhatsApp
the
channel?
channel. I didn't see any message. I don't know if it was
Yeah, it is there.
something.
Probably it will be forwarded. I'll forward it again so
Yeah,
you see
I
it.
saw the link. I saw the link, but I don't know
Okay.
how to search for the Adobe Photoshop. I'm just 127 results. Start clicking
You
one by one.
there's a search bar there. There's a search bar where you can search. You put Adobe Illustrator and it gives you the years, the versions you can download. Just look for the search bar.
Okay, that on the PC, the link is sent.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just find the search bar, like just search what you're looking for.
Oh, problem. Thank you.
Okay. So Ramat, you can speak.
Yes, good evening, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Can
Yes.
hear you.
All right. I tried downloading the stuff through the link sent to the WhatsApp channel yesterday. I was only able to get through with the Photoshop, the Illustrator. I tried it after searching for it through the search bar under Get into PC stuff.
Okay.
There was a video guide and then I was able to
Oh,
watch the video. In fact, someone even assisted me, but then I tried downloading it. I followed every step, but then I didn't see the Adobe Illustrator on my system. And then for the Adobe InDesign, that one it downloaded, but then it keeps tripping off, tells me maybe there is an error, I need to download again and all of that. So I uninstalled it. Only the Photoshop was successfully downloaded and it is working. I think so, it is working. But the other two I've not been successful downloading them.
so wait, if I can get you correctly, is that your Illustrator it does
Yes.
not download or what?
Yes, I am going through the process right, but then after
Okay.
downloading, I won't see it on my system. It's not showing on my system.
So you mean it does not download, like you don't see it in your download bar or anything.
Yes, even after following the steps, right?
Okay. But
The
you said the
InDesign,
Indy.
there, the
Yeah.
InDesign will show, but it keeps tripping off, telling me there's an error that I should download it again. I should install and download again, whatever. In fact, it even tell
Okay.
me to sign in.
No, no, no. Yeah, I think you didn't follow the software. Most of these softwares are like crack. There's a particular way you're supposed to download them because they'll be asking for a license and all.
Yes.
You get. Wait, did you watch the video
The
for
the
the InDesign?
InDesign, there's actually no video for InDesign, but there's video for Illustrator and Photoshop. The Photoshop was successful, like in fact, at once I got it right, but the Illustrator I did it over and over again. It didn't
Okay,
download.
what? Okay, what year of the InDesign did you try downloading? What year?
The InDrive is 2023.
Probably you just try if you could download a less version, probably
Ele-
2022. Yeah,
Okay, what about the Illustrator? I should download the lesser version too, ba?
yeah, just try that first. If it works
Okay,
or not.
okay. All right, thank you.
Okay. Is someone else? I can't. Okay, Toby, can you hear me? Can you ask your question?
Yes, I raised my hand before Nkiruka, but he didn't notice me.
Sorry,
Anyway, no problem about that.
I
Yes,
apologize.
there's no problem about that. So yes, I enjoyed the class. The three softwares you told us to download, I have them already. That's
Okay.
the Photoshop, Illustrator, and the InDesign. I have them, and they are working perfectly well. So my question is this: are there rules that apply to graphics design?
Yes, yes, there is. I think everybody is just flying. These are the things we're still going to speak about in the course of the class, like of the training in general. You have the principle of the color, um, typography, and all. These are stuff we're still going to address in the course. Just be patient with us, yeah. We're still getting there. This is just an introduction to graphic design. Have you heard, Toby?
Yeah, thank you. I got that.
All right. So, Bukola,
Good
please,
evening.
sorry, excuse me. So, it should be noted that there's going to be a quiz posted right now. It's going to be like just for 5 minutes.
Okay.
A quiz on what I just taught, like right now. Yeah. Okay, go on, Bukola.
Good evening. My question is that I don't know when. Okay, I also had issues downloading the Photoshop, Illustrator, and InDesign, but I think you guys should like put maybe a phone number we can reach out to. Maybe one of you in case we're having issues because if we wait till like now, if we try what you said, let's say I try downloading a lesser version now and it still does not work, we now have to wait till when next we're having a class, then we'll end up being behind the rest of the people. So I feel like we should because we can't message the channel directly. So I feel like there should be maybe a WhatsApp number or something that we can reach out to address our problems.
Okay. I think that makes sense. Um, we'll be briefed on that on the channel on what number to contact.
Okay.
I'm sorry for the inconvenience. Yeah. So, any other? Why is somebody asking questions of what was said today? Why is everybody asking questions on the problem they have on the software? So I'm coming. Let me. So, any other questions? Anybody have any questions before I send in the quiz?
Okay, Shay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, so the link to the quiz has been dropped already, so they have like 5 minutes to take it and then we shut it off.
All
So
right, all right.
the quiz is just 10 questions. You take it, you are going to get your scores immediately. And I don't know. Let's see who gets like 10 over 10 now. Yeah.
We will try.
Yeah, we'll try.
Can we take the quiz now?
Yes, 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 we can.
Where is the link? Where do you access the link from?
In income messages, I think it's in income messages. Check the Google Meet income messages and you will see it there.
Same.
Yeah, Olumide said he got 10.
Everybody's getting 10. We are getting responses and everybody are getting 10. Yeah.
Okay,
So what
I'm
we'll do is
saying, sorry, someone is asking, want to ask a question. I don't know if I can pronounce it really well. Career, I don't know. I apologize if I didn't pronounce it well.
Good evening. It's Kyra. No problem. So I also
Career,
have
okay.
issue Kyra. Kyra. I also have issue with downloading InDesign and Illustrator. I don't know. I don't
Okay.
know why.
What,
So
what,
I
what's
just
the
heard
issue?
you said I don't know, they can't reach the page. I don't think it's network.
Okay,
Right.
what are you using to download it? Is it your laptop, your phone? What?
My laptop.
Your laptop. Does
Yes.
it take you to any page where you say you have to wait
No.
for? So
Just
what
can't
page?
reach the
What
page.
it carries you to where?
Can't reach the page or the page. This
Wait, I
page.
don't
Like
know. Okay, an error page telling you you
I'm sorry,
cannot read the page.
I can't locate the link.
The link is in, go to the triple dot by your listing, then you see income messages. Click there. The link is there. Okay, sorry. It's
yeah.
the okay, you're saying it takes you to an error page where it's
Yeah.
telling you the page
Yes,
cannot be.
yes. Yes.
I'm sure it's not your network.
I don't think so. I just finished downloading. Well, I don't know. I'll try again later. Just saying I
Probably
have not done
okay,
it.
just try, yeah. And
Yeah.
okay, a contact will be provided so you'll be able to like reach out and air your complaints, so I will know what next to do.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So Olumide, you can speak.
Hi, good evening. Is it possible to walk us through how to download and install? I mean, downloading is fine. How to
Okay.
install this version from the web from the link sent? Is it possible to walk us through it?
Now it differs by version. You get I think the website itself provides a video you can watch on
Yeah, but
how.
I there was a time I did it with the video and it still didn't work on my laptop. I'm not sure.
What it is that it installed and it didn't come
Yeah,
up,
like
or
I have
the
the software, the configurations, I mean the app and everything in a folder right on the system. But
okay.
once I install, once I put it on, like it's asking, there was a time it was asking for, is it putting um this code, it was asking for one code.
Serial number.
Yeah, it was asking for serial number. Thank you.
That's probably you did not follow the instruction of the crack and all, most
Then
likely,
another
because
question.
Okay,
Sorry.
okay, go on. Go on.
Because I have what's it called? Photoshop already, the one from Microsoft itself. Should I delete that? Should I undo
No,
that?
no. Is it the question is it working? Can you access it?
It's paid, but it's paid, so it's virtually not giving me what I want actually.
What I don't understand. What does that mean? Is it that when you click on it, you don't say your tools or what? Is the app
I
opening
see my
itself?
tools, right, but there are some
Okay.
tools I've not been able to use because it's telling me to do the pro version or something, like it's manually
Oh,
locked or so.
okay. I think you should download the one from the site. So I think that one gives you the whole tool and all. Because if it's not telling you to access on pro version and all, yeah, just download it from the site. You get wait, what version did you say you tried download that didn't work? What year?
Actually, I think what I want, this same website, right? I was trying to download CorelDRAW, I think 2014 or 2024, right?
Sorry, wait, you said correct draw.
No, not for this class. I mean,
Okay,
I've worked on the website already previously. I'm talking about
okay.
something.
I don't know. Just try. I think you should follow the instruction. If the one you downloaded is asking you for a license number and all, just find a way to make use of the crack. Watch that video again. But there's no how. If you watch the video that gets into PC sense to you on how to, it works fine.
Is that right? Thank
Just try. Okay, I think. Wow. Okay, save your. You can speak.
Okay, actually, I'm just trying to give a contribution. I feel the main reason some of these applications don't work somehow is because of maybe the system or something. Because I remember when I tried back then trying to install um, Adobe Illustrator. It was the video I watched the video more than hundreds of times because I know very well the things, the files there were the same, but it wasn't working. When I get to a point to just stop, the sometimes I will install it and the application will disappear and I will not see it. It will show me install successful. When I find it, I will not see it. I will only see those files. I cannot access the this thing. I will trace it to the program um, or the user, whatever. I will still not see it. So when I discovered that it was for that particular software, like I think that was Adobe Illustrator CC 2014 or thereabout. So I had to change. I had to get another Illustrator, which really worked, and I've been trying to manipulate things with it, and it's working. So maybe it's due to the system. Maybe you can try downloading another version of the software, or he can probably check his system. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Savior. Even sometimes I think the antivirus also plays a part in it. To sometimes most people tell you to disable your antivirus and all, but that is that. Mr. Timothy, please you can speak. Sorry, we can't properly hear you. Since you are far away from your device.
Okay, can you hear me clearly now?
Yes, this is better.
Okay. Good evening, everybody, and thank you very
Good
much,
evening.
Mr. Akin Fesoya, for the. This is my first experience with an online graphic class and all of that. So, I wanted to ask from your own
Okay.
experience, because when you were talking earlier on, you said you had to go to YouTube's and do a lot of research and all of that, what do you think is the best practice for us to get on, seeing as we are just starting, for us to have a maximum learning experience, seeing how this is a virtue setting? And my second question, is also a question and also a contribution to a lot of questions a lot of persons been asking about installation of the applications. I was hoping if you could just give us a suggestion or put us in the right path as to what recommended laptop, what recommended system, and the features we have to look out for when we are trying to get uh, compatible laptop or system, whatsoever it is we'll be using in the long term. What are your suggestions to this? These are my questions. Thank you very much.
Okay. If you want to download using that site, yeah, I think the site provides, okay, probably you have to download a Photoshop of 2023. Now the site gives you the system requirements. That means, okay, your system should be able to have this, probably have 16 gig of RAM space, probably powered by NVIDIA and all. So it provides you that again. So most times, because most people probably use a Core i7 or a Core i5 and the rest. 2023 or 2024 or even 5, no, you run away from those ones because it's going to frustrate you because if you cannot work fast and properly on your workspace using your system, it hinders a lot, your progress and all. Because I've been in that experience where I had my system at that time was it a core? I can't remember. I think it was a Windows Intel, and I was running Photoshop 2022 in it at that time. It was terrible. It felt like punishment. Sometimes when you want to export a file, it could take 15 minutes just loading, and you could see the way your system boots. You already know, okay, this system can carry this. So it depends on your laptop. If you have probably a MacBook or a system that has the kind of power to carry this software, that's fine. But if yours, you already have a lot in your laptop already, probably you have document or things consuming space on this side. You're not trying to include Photoshop into it. No, that will work because you will even like designing itself because it feels like a lot of work to get. So and I think I can't remember your first question again. What was the first question? Can you hear me, Mr. Elijah?
Yes, I can hear you. Sorry, I thought I had unmuted.
Okay, yeah, okay. I remember. Sorry. I remember now. The first question was, which is preferable? Either probably watching YouTube or letting someone be
My first
probably
question. My first question was, what
okay,
experience, what behavior, what practice would you advise us? Being seeing how this is our first class. For me, also, it's
okay,
also my first online class on graphics. It's new to
okay,
me. And during the course of your tutorials, you had said earlier on that you had to go to watch YouTube and check some other online videos and everything. And also on the
okay.
materials, I saw some listed places we can go to check out. But my question is, what individual practice do you think we need apart from us having this class with you during the week, and what individual practice do we need when we are on our own that will enable us
Okay.
to master this whole program? Thank you.
Okay. So what I advise is you still have to watch videos. If you follow some social media accounts, you will follow probably on Instagram or TikTok, where probably they do a design and they do a breakdown of how they achieve the design. You can also follow such accounts too. But yeah, watching videos will help a lot, especially when you're close enough to know, okay, how did this person put this off? Some effects that you might see in a design. Of, okay, probably you're trying to get in an image, you're trying to get the kind of dollars texture to an image. You have no idea how it is. There's sometimes where okay, I have an idea, but I don't know how to execute it. I go to YouTube, try to search. Okay, how do you do this? And you can also say tutorial of like just 2 minutes on how to do that particular effect you are trying to get or achieve. So yeah, follow social media accounts that are in line, that are designers and all. And you also have to watch other um tutorials like YouTube tutorials and all. I hope that answers your question, Mr. Elijah.
Thank you much. Thank you very much. It does.
Okay. Okay, knowledge. You can speak.
Okay, so my question is um when working like when creating a design, I know that there are things like viruses and all that. So when creating a design, we should you meant to like maybe save it, or do you just finish the whole thing and then you just go ahead to save it, or as you're working you're saving each part? So that's what I want to ask.
Sorry, please, can you come again? I didn't get the question.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so what I was saying is based on like maybe if you're working and probably your laptop turns off, or maybe there's a virus or something, you understand? So my question is, when working, like when doing a design or something that's not related to graphic design, do you
Mhm.
save your work like do you save your work like in half? You know, like if you complete this part, you save it, or do you try to like finish the whole thing before saving it?
Well, okay. Now, yeah, you should save it because there are some instances where I will be downloading and probably Photoshop just crash on its own. I think Photoshop has a feature when it recovers your previous work, even though you didn't save it. But you can't always rely on that. Sometimes when it crashes, you lose your file. And then sometimes I have this habit. It's not nice. Don't use on your system like frequently. I hibernate my system. That is just press a button where it's short, not like really short down, but it sleeps. Then when you on it back, it starts from where you are. But when you do that frequently, it's also your system and all. You can also do that, but it's advisable that you save, you know, save it as you are working. Sometimes you might just forget, or make sure you remember to always save your work. Because imagine going find a design and it, I don't know, for some reason your system goes off or your Photoshop crashes. So yeah, always save your work.
Thank you very much.
Okay. So, Mr. Daniel, Daniel, can you hear me? Your hands are up. You can speak.
Uh, yes, so sorry. I wanted to talk about the link. I had answered the question and I was about to submit and the thing just went off like that. I don't know. Is that the end?
Oh, the link of what? The quiz.
To the question, yeah, to the quiz.
So wait, you didn't answer when it was sent in. I think it was giving 5 minutes for everyone to answer. You elapsed the time. And sorry, please, there's a link for attendance in the in comment stage. Please, could you let us click on it and register your attendance and all? Okay, so for those of us who are having technical issues, so
I had answered
um
everything just to submit and then I showed that time out or something.
oh, can I get back to you? I'm coming. Let me So, okay, so for those who are having technical issues, so tomorrow there's going to be a kind of a technical support session, having issue. So we'll brief you guys on the details on that. I hope that's fine. For of us having installation issues, um, downloading issues and all. Okay, so I think Mr. Daniel, is it asking about the quiz and all?
Yes, I said I had submitted and then the thing just brought out timeout. So I don't
Okay,
know if
wait, you submitted. They show
I
you like
submitted.
submitted successfully.
No, it didn't submit successfully. It just showed me that timeout and that the owner of the form
But you
has
had,
closed the petition.
but
Yeah, but
but you were
I
told you had,
attempted.
but you were told you had 5 minutes, Mr. Daniel. What were you doing in that five
I
minutes?
yes. That was when somebody was asking that where is the link, where is this, where is that, and then but it's all right. We'll do better next time.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
The,
so
the link for the attendance, how do we access it? I can't find it, please.
it's not in the income message. It's there. Yeah, it is there. Check it. The income message. Okay, so okay, merit. Could you speak?
Hello, good evening. So
Good evening.
I initially got the link to the test, to the quiz, and that of the
Okay.
attendance, I guess. But I got yanked out
Okay.
of the call. So when you get yanked off the call, all messages in the in-call messages disappear. So I couldn't access both the quiz link and now the attendance link. I don't even know where it is because there are no messages on the in-call messages. So they get disappeared once you get yanked up. Maybe due to, but mine was due to internet connection.
Connection. Yeah.
Like missed both the quiz link and the other link that was sent.
Okay, sorry about that. I think the quiz is over now. I'm sorry. It's just it's within my power now. But for the attendance, yeah, I think it will be forwarded again to the message. Okay, yeah, it is that'll be forwarded again. Okay, Miss, I'm so scared to call your name, Miss Carrier, bit
All right, thank you,
Carrier.
sir.
I'm sorry, just I apologize. Yeah, but yeah, I can see your hands up. Oh, okay, okay,
Oh,
okay,
sorry, it's a
that's
mistake
fine.
since that time I told them. Yeah, sorry. And I was
But
not able to submit my quiz too. I don't know, it's like the 5 minute general for everyone or personally have 5 minutes. Because I don't think I spent up to 5 minutes.
Even I
um,
myself, I couldn't see my score before I could submit. When I submitted, it was just saying it can no longer accept responses again.
I was already answering. Okay, was I already answering? Like I already clicked the link when you called my name. Like I should say my question. So I came back to like reply to you and I went back and I answered and I wasn't able to submit. They say time has elapsed. So
In fact, I even went to Telegram thinking that it was there, not knowing that it was on Google Meet, the chat.
okay, okay. You know what? You know what? So the quiz will be opened like briefly for you to answer. Yeah, like right now.
okay, thank you.
All right.
Thanks.
Okay, okay, I think someone is raising his hand. I can't see the person's name. Okay, knowledge. Your hands are up.
Yeah, for those of us who have answered the quiz, is the class over? So we're not
No,
free
no,
to
no, 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 no.
stay
We
or
no. I'm going to give like a kind of a brief review, about the question itself.
okay.
Everything. Just hold on a bit while others get the chance to answer the quiz. Okay, is there any other question while we still wait? Any concerns you have? Anything in particular? It would be a contribution, you know. Okay, I can say, Toby, your hands are up.
I wanted to ask if the link for the quiz is open now.
Wait, I'm coming. Let me verify that. Yes, it has been dropped like right now. You can do that. You have little minutes, so just do that as soon as possible. Okay, so I've just been informed that so the first persons that scores um scores a 10, the first five persons, yeah, will be having a little gift.
Can Okay, thank you so much. I have submitted.
All right. So who else is done with it? Okay, so Mr. Toby,
Please, I
you
will
see your
just
score
need
now.
more time, please. My network is kind of fluctuating.
Are you sure it's your network or you are using a spool?
Sir?
You're sure it's your network that's making you delay or you are cheating?
I can't cheat in this, please. God help me.
So, so is it Savior we are just waiting for, or is there other persons who are having issues? I think Toby said he's done.
What do you say?
Okay, I said you said you are done, right?
Yes, I'm done with the quiz now. I was able to submit this time around.
What was your score?
Please, I'm still trying to finish, please. Merit here.
Okay, is that merit? Okay, yeah, merit.
You asked of my score.
Oh, why are you laughing? What was your score, Toby?
Ah, well, I got everything. I had 10.
Okay. So why were you reluctant to say it?
Yeah, I'm done
I
with the
wasn't.
quiz. Thank you.
All right. So that means you're waiting for just Savior. Savior, are you done now? We're all waiting for you. Savior.
One more minute, sir. Sorry, sir.
Okay, Mr. Savior, I don't know, for some reason I don't trust you because it's taking too long. It's just 10 questions. We have we have to proceed. Are you done now, please?
Okay, thank you,
Okay,
sir.
I can.
Merit,
I
merit is done. Thank you, sir.
all right, all right. Savior, were you speaking? Are you done?
Sorry, sir. I have 2 minutes left.
Okay, the five.
Okay, I'm done, sir.
Um,
I'm done, sir.
finally. So the first five questions will be posted soon, and the form has been closed. So not waste any of our time anymore. So let's kind of do a brief review on the questions. Okay, so the first question is what is the core purpose of graphics design? Mr. Stage, I put it to you. What was your response?
My
If you can
first
remember.
response was to strategically use visuals to communicate effectively.
Okay, that's perfect. So the second question was what does audience focus mean in graphics designing? Merit, do you remember what the answer is or what your response was? What does audience focus mean in graphic design?
Right. Okay. Yes. That I replied. Understanding the target audience to create resonant designs.
Okay, that was correct. Thank you. So the third question was which application of graphic design involves creating logos and brand guidelines? Which check and I will ask Olumide, because I can see your name first. Olumide, are you still with us? Do you still remember your response to that question? Okay, since Olumide is not with us. So Toby, are you there?
Yes, I'm here with you. What's the question?
So which application of graphic design involves creating logos and brand guidelines? Okay, when you say application, I don't mean like the software application, like when you're applying graphic design.
Oh
Yes.
yes, yeah, yeah.
So what?
Yeah,
Yeah. What
that's
was your response?
yes, that's brand identity.
Yeah. So yeah, that was correct. Number four is what is the main goal of visual storytelling? What is the main goal of visual storytelling? Who's answering that? Mr. Daniel, could you give us a response to that? What is the main goal of visual storytelling?
Okay, so is to communicate a narrative using
See if using
pictures
visuals.
and
Yeah,
all visuals. Yes, sir.
yeah, you're correct. The first question is which of the following is a benefit of effective storytelling? Benefits of effective storytelling. I don't know. I think someone answered that. Oyoma, Are you raising your hands to answer the question? Okay, so Sandra, I can see Sandra. So Sandra, what's the answer to the fifth question? The benefit of effective visual storytelling.
Okay, that should be evoking emotions.
Yeah, that's correct. Thanks. So the sixth question is what is brand messaging? What is brand messaging? Benjamin, have you asked that before? Yeah, Benjamin. So what's the response to that question? What is brand messaging?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Is to communicate a brand personality and their values.
Yeah, that's correct. So number seven is how does graphics design support brand messaging? How does graphics design support brand messaging? Um, okay, let me look for. Okay, yeah, this we have Mr. Paul Onoja Paul. If you can hear me, please give your response to the question. Okay, Paul, are you still with us?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I'm trying to access the options.
Okay, so let me call it for you. So, how
Okay.
does graphics design support brand messaging? The first question answer is by creating a confusing visual identity. B says using random visual elements. C says by creating a consistent visual identity. D says by making all brands look the same.
C, consistent.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
correct.
thank you.
Yeah, so number eight says which characteristics of graphics design focuses on visual appeal of a design. Which characteristics of graphic design focuses on the visual appeal of a design? Okay, let me. Okay, avatar favor. Favor, can you hear me? Could you give a
You.
response to the
Sorry, I
question?
can hear you. Please, can you read out the options?
Okay, so we have A, communicative, B, aesthetics, C, purposeful, D, problem solving. What
D.
characteristics of graphic? Let me. What characteristics of graphics design focuses on the visual appeal of a design? Communicative, aesthetics, purposeful, then D, problem solving.
The problem solving.
No, it's aesthetics.
Okay.
Aesthetics, like the beauty of it, you get. So, number nine is what is the goal of problem solving within the characteristics of good graphics design? What is the goal of problem solving in a good graphics design? I said I saw someone raise his or her hands before. Okay, let me say doing Olakunle. Could you give us a response to that?
All right, good evening. To
Uh,
find visual solutions to communication
communication.
challenges.
Yeah, that's correct. Thank you, Dwayne. So the last question is which of the following is an example of visual storytelling? We have okay, which of the following is an example of visual storytelling? Okay, what am I going to call for this? Um yeah, blessing. If you can hear me, give a response. Which of the following is an example of visual storytelling? A spreadsheet of data, a photo essay conveying a social issue, C, a list of bullet points, D, a text only document. Yeah,
B.
what did you say?
B. B.
B, yeah, a photo essay. Yeah, that's correct. So, yeah, that's that is the review of the quiz. And I sincerely believe that one of each and every one of us at least learned one or two things from this class. And okay, be reminded that we'll be attending to each and every one of us having technical issue in the installation of the software you were asked to download. I think that will be addressed tomorrow, and more information on that will be given. Okay, I think okay, in our next class, okay, I'll be sending a link to a video we have to watch. That's for tomorrow. It's not going to be a video call, a video or voice call tomorrow. So you're supposed to watch this video prior to the Wednesday class. So the Wednesday class we're going to have a live section where we'll be talking more on the softwares, that is the Adobe Photoshop, InDesign, and Illustrator. I think that is all for today. If I don't know if there's any other question, any other contribution, and if there is not, I think that's the end of today's class. And hope to see you by Wednesday. Yeah, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Sorry, which time on Wednesday?
6. Sorry, 4 to 6. 4 to 6.
Okay, 4 to 6.
4 to 6. Yes. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you and good night.
Good night.